Oh, is that better? Yep, the microphone was on.
Oh, is that better?
Yep, that's yep, can now. I'll mute. But yeah, mate, yes, I'm back. Here we are. Filling in for Scotty this evening. I was a bit busy and yeah, didn't have myself to the stage. I do this a lot better when I've had a few beers down me, which I certainly wish I would have had done the night before doing this. So here we go. We're on with game week 9 of the SOL. We've got the Aborigines against Rapa Nui. I believe Rob wants to go as very late as possible. We've got AFC Lee Bowyer getting booked against the Warriors. Bushrats against Dragons. Obat v Vikings. Townsville v Bundaberg. Unicorns v Tutabua. And ourselves against Mr. Max Savage and his Wanganui team. So we'll have a look at that. I do apologise. Just give me 1 sec, lads. Right, so do we have a quick look at this? Evening, Mike. So we've got Mike, Daz, Smuts is here on mute. Anybody else is here? Does anybody have any? Obviously, we've seen Rob wanting to go later from what Daz said. Have we got any evening, Doug? Any requests for early, late? Ideally, never, whichever. Evening, Scotty, mate. Shall we just see where it takes us and see where we go from there? Might be the most ideal thing to do. So we can't do that one because Rob wants a late one, and I appreciate Rob when Rob's here. Let's have a go to. Let's have a quick back look at the fixtures. Sorry, not that. Yeah, so then we'll go to the fixtures. So where are we at the minute? We've seen Dragons, Bushrats, haven't seen Tato yet. Scott is here. Oh, so we'll get Scotty on. Let's have a go and see how we go from there. Right, so the Warriors are playing Obat, which we might not see down. So we'll go Kitchen down first, and we'll have a look at his team. He went big when we were trying to when we were talking about deals. He played and got massive numbers on a home save out of Gustavo Lopez on left wing. And if he can carry that on, Shimkoviak, some great wingers. Carlos Jacques having a great season yet again so far. He's been a shining light yet again. Stats look very, very well developed as well. It's decent for Dan so far. Sorry. Bleatwin Kivu, Filipescu, big favourite of his Vargas. Not the strongest team on paper, but personally, I think a weaker side becomes a better team. A bit like Leeds United in our where we are. We're not the best altogether. You're playing AFC. Oh, yeah. Again, sorry. Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. I don't know where I was going with that. I just saw the W. Went from there. Sorry, mate. So we'll go over and look at Roxy's side then first before Lee Bowyer gets a booking. And we'll go from there. I do apologise, as I've just got a little bit going on in background, which that. Right, so we'll go over to see him on the rocks. I do apologise, lads. I've got some work stuff going on which I shouldn't be having at this time. Right, so we'll have a quick look over at Rox's side. It's a formation we're used to Rox playing, seeing on his live streams during COVID, etc. We've got Cannavaro and Bigione. Michelini, Juan Gomez, Schmuck, Zanoni out on right wing, which I know a lot of people like him. He's not my sort of cup of tea. Barry Ferguson, central midfield. Wilfred Bauman on the left. Mark Anthony, who's contributed some assists this year, is doing okay, not bad. And you take any contributions from an AFC, and then you've got Mason Javan, who's got 1-1 start, and see how he goes starting up today. Let's proceed to the match. We go over to the Wagga Wagga boys. Michael Owen can't get anywhere near already. Look at this side, great central defensive partnership. Camoon has been a solid player for Scotty over the last couple of years, wherever he is on the. Here he is. He's been extremely solid, great tackles, and it's Camoon doing. I think he's more than capable of being a very, very good competitive champ player, as we know Rustico is. Very, very strong side. He's got his boy in the air chip back, who has started out very, very well again. Tato will be quite disappointed with how he played for him. Great for Scott, poor for Tato. Come back to Scott, but he's really gone back into what it was for Scott this last time. So we shall proceed to the match, and we'll see where this one goes. Very fast. Good luck to both managers. AFC started the game. Seems to be a little bit on top of a minute. Looking at the possession stats, Zalius seems to be getting himself involved, and Mr. Rogers put in one wide. It's very tense, very tight. Seems like I say quite AFC dominated slightly, but the Wagga Wagga boys are always very dangerous at this in this thing. And Robston, who I didn't actually have a look at, they've taken a 1-0 lead on 40 minutes. We'll have a quick look at Robston. Never seen him before. Defensive midfield centre. I know Scott's been playing a bit in Brazil, and he's found some gems. Had 3 games. He's done okay so far. Can't run right much, but he's got that goal to put him 1-0 up. Very even game. Very even game so far. Looking at this, we'll quickly look over at Rox's side. Schmuck doing his best for Rox to carry on. Yellow card for Bigione, and Mason Javan has had one of the shots that he's had. Just needs to, hopefully, for Rox, if he can get a little bit of a little bit more firepower towards him. Not an assist in there for the Wagga Wagga boys with Robston. He's obviously just hit one from wherever, but it's. Right. Apologies, I do apologise. I'm getting absolutely peppered here for some stupid reason. But yeah, big performances so far for Petit. Zalius also got a little bit, be a bit careful on them cards. And see not a rocks. So Scott wants to roll till 60. I'll try it. See. Well, there's Schmuck on his 8. He's doing. He does great bits for rocks. Not a player I overly done well with myself. We're up at 58, and then it jumped to 65, which I do apologise for not being able to stop it at that. I tried pausing it. We'll go to 65 and see much of rocks. Juan Gomez up to a 9. And we'll see where we go from there. Looking at Rock's side, you won't really be doing much at the minute. We will have a quick look at the match stats. A few more on target, a couple off for the Wagga Wagga boys. We'll have a quick look over at Scott's side, see if he wants to do anything. Give him a minute to have a look and see how things, how he feels things are panning out for his team. been a very very into a game, to be fair. Good opening game. Del Piero for Harris and Roll. So we go to the boys for that. Del Piero, Arasimovic, and Roll. We'll play this one out to 90 minutes, and we'll see where it takes us. Van Nistelrooy still looking dangerous, seeing his name quite a bit involved. But it does seem very heavy AFC pressure, and there is an injury to Van Nistelrooy, who's been very, very involved all game. I don't know. I think maybe Cabello and swapping Varasimovic is what Scotty may have a look at doing, and we'll see where things go from there. Yeah. And any swapping with Aras, mate, or you want to roll with it as it is? Turn a light on in here because it's getting pretty dark. That's fine. Okay, mate. I mean, I know we've got a minute or so to play, but we're resuming the match on 93, and there is the final whistle. Big, good result for AFC. Warriors were trying their best, but quite a few off target. It was quite a decent game, in my opinion. Big game. So we'll have a quick look over at the stats of the AFC boys. Like I said, I do apologise, boys. This will be all over in a sec. Juan Gomez, man of the match, 13 tackles, 13 completed. Only 4 of them key, but when he's doing that, you're obviously not worried about any of that. 9 in there for Emmanuel Petit, 9-8 with 3 key. Rustico doing really well. I think he's, for me personally, he's one of my favourite players in competitive champ in terms of the centre half position, as much many people know. And then I think it's the Wagga Wagga boys will be pretty disappointed we're not coming away with a win, considering how they've done. We shall go over to. I haven't seen Dimble yet. I haven't seen him about. I can see Jens is here. I can see that, and one of the two Tavor boys is here. Shall we have a look at the fixtures? So the Vikings against Hobart. Any ideas, boys? Quickly, where we want to go? We'll go to Jens. Obviously, we know he's an hour ahead, so we'll have a quick look over at Jens. We'll go. Obviously, we'll have a quick look back at Hobart. So, obviously, right. This is a bit last message I sent, boy. I really sorry. It's we'll go quick to the Hobart squad. So we'll have one more quick look at the at their side. Like I say, Karl Shox has been great. Kutuzov done okay, not reaching the heights that he's done as normal, but it's he's doing really well. Like I say, it's a good team, which is what you want at this sort of level. So that and that. So we'll go over to the Viking side. We shall. Right. I think I'm sorted now, boys. We'll be doing this sec. So we've got Clompe Nesta, great centre-half pairing, Ian Zanoni, Tudor, Zauri. A little bit weak in that centre defensive midfield position for my liking. Right. I should be all right now. So, yeah, we've got Vieira Scholes, Furisov Olsen, who's not scored this season, but for an outlet league, I think you can't knock how he'd done. And then obviously we've got Big Maxim up front, who's 4-7 this season. It's been great for the Vikings since coming in, like a Maxim that we all, know and love. Right, so we're going to go to the match. Hobart and Vikings. Good luck to both managers. Here we go. It seems an early attempt there for the Vikings, which was sort of nullified a little bit by the Hobart team. Tsigalko getting his saves, Gus Lopez getting down the wing. Carl Jacks getting himself involved, looking there. Looking how it's going, it's again very tight end-to-end game. Vargas that went in the book. Looking at that, it's been very Hobart dominated in terms of the possession, but it's been a very tight game again, as looks once again a very tight game in terms of not much shots going on. Go over to the Hobart boys. You've got Shimkoviak, probably that yellow. That's knocked him down to 6. Izzy Roberts on a 6. Kuzov, Gus Lopez. Looking at there, Christian Kiva was having a reasonable game. It's been good. Vargas winning both his headers. Look over at the Viking side. Jens, if what he wants to do. You've got yellow cards for Scholes, Vieira, Clompe. Clompe having a good game. Nesta having a good game, sorry. Maybe something behind that's keeping him down on that 7. But it looks like he's doing okay. So, Jens, if there's anything you'd like to do, mate, if you just want to let us know, go back over to the match stats. Very even, apart from the headers being very Hobart dominated in the air. If anybody wants to have a look at making any changes. Right, so Jens is making some changes. Denied for Olsen. Denied for Olsen. And swap with Scholes. Everything you want to do, mate. See how Donati is looking. He's looking pretty solid. I think it's very rare you get a really good Donati. He looks okay a lot of the time, but for a -2, I believe he is. I do feel like you don't get the great versions of him, personally, but that's... You just want to confirm Jens quickly, and then, I know you said it twice. Want to say it a third time? It's up to you. That's what I've done. You just want to confirm that that's all right, bud. I know you seem to have a little bit of a delay over at Waters over that side. But fair bit to come from both sides, a bit look of it. 5 games to go after this. We'll see how quick we can get through them. Looking at that centre defensive midfield patch. Okay. Oh, he's on mute. Yeah, no problem, mate. That's fine. Right. So we'll go to as close to 60 as we can. I'm not going to keep slowing it down, boys, because really need to get this done. I've had a long, long day, but it does seem very dominated in the possession again. Zanoni doing well, and that's jumped up from 50 to 73. Gus Lopez up to an 8 from his 6. We'll look over at the Vikings. We'll do it on this page. You've got 8 at Maxim at the minute, 8 for Vieira at the minute. Again, the yellow cards. Scholes not getting himself involved too much. Clumpy having a good game, probably the yellow card pulling him down to a 7 from an 8. As they do. Igor Tudor, his stats always look phenomenal. I used to really like him, and then competitive champ has absolutely ruined my view of him. I've got him in my Super League team, and I would rather not. Jens is happy to go as is. Thank you, Jens. So it goes from 73 to 80. It's been very, very, very poor from both sides looking at this. Fourth official put 4 minutes up, and that went in no time as well. Absolutely demic game. We don't get too many of these in the SOL. Maxim Tsigalko, man of the match. Not much else going on apart from a Zauri 8. Milito Felpesco Paredes on 8's doing well at the back there for Dan. So as we have moved over, we're looking at the Dragons v the Bush Rats. I saw Duggan and seen Tato. But we are going to crack on and try and just get all this knocked out and get it out of the bag. So over to the Bush Rats. Obviously, as we're used to seeing from Tato, this sort of formation, we've got Brown and Biscan with Live Cladzo and Yakubu in front of him. Ortega, Giggs, Larson, Smith, Clivert. Evening, Rob. At least we know we can jump over to you if you're here for the duration. Not a bad season so far for the Bush Rats. They're hovering, threatening. Same with the Dragons, threatening to get in there. It's going to be an interesting game. This one, some bragging rights between both, and we'll see how it pans out. Oh, let's have it. He's here. He's the man. Hope you are well, my friend. So we're lining up exactly the same. Roberto Carlos, I've been trying him in this bloody stupid Super League save on left wing. If he gets any more than a 6, I'm going to be following up and doing the same myself. So you got 2 fantastic wing backs on the wings. Great defensive midfield line. You've got David Jeremy's Keens. Great with Stam and Chiran behind them. Back behind, for me. Sorry about that. Bar the wingers, this again is an absolutely superstar ridden team with Buffon in the net who can throw one in every now and then. But let's see how this one goes. Best of luck to both managers. And we'll kick it off. And the Dragons got the ball underway. Cafu immediately involved. And Igor Biscan immediately injured after 2 minutes. Going to assume it's Valgarin, but not him. Who's that guy? He's a striker. He looks all right, to be fair. Never seen him before. Not done a right lot, has he? So, going to assume it's Yus Valgarin, but yeah. Are you keeping him where he is, or are you swapping him with Brown with him being left-footed, mate? I'm just thought I'd ask the question. Your call. Give you a couple of minutes to give you a sec just to say, are you happy with him where it is? Mr. Menino, press OK for now. Not much can have happened. 1, 2, another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, we'll kick it off. And if he wants to make that change at a later date, we can do. Billy Dragons heavy pressure, we're looking at that. Clads are feeding Carlos, be the looks of where that was. Didn't really see who that yellow card went to. And Bush Rats goal with Larson. It feels like more than 9 minutes have gone with everything that's been going on so far. Somebody in there with a hard tackle. It's very difficult to read this. And there's that Roy Keane going into the book Giggs, causing some mischief down that side. Buffon can only push it away as well. They're looking, it's really Bush Rats dominant at this present minute in time, by the look of it. Stam defending really well. There's 4 minutes of added time. Jeremy's with a trip. Cafu's got down the byline, and it looks like, was it Cafu that fed Henry? What a great first half that was, considering the first couple of games we've had. Plenty more chances, and really entertaining. Go over the Bush Rats first. Assist coming from Alan Smith for the Bush Rats goal. We've got 8s for Kaladza, Live, and Larson, as you'd expect with his goal. Patrick Clivert, not really up to much. We've got Yusuf Aaron. What a cameo he is. Tato, happy to go as is. Cheers, mate. We look over at the Dragons. It was Cafu with that assist over to Thierry Henry. Ratings are not as good as the Bush Rats. So does seem to say they've got a little bit more to play with and a bit more to come. And as is for Doug, cheers lads. And I'm going to do my absolute very best to stop it on 60. But these games have been jumping up because nothing's been happening. But this one itself, it feels like I could get somewhere near. And Roberto Carlos, now we're on 56, and it's going to jump to 61, which we managed to stop it at, hopefully on 62. Right, so we'll go over to the Bush Rats first, being the home team. Again, the very solid performance. Not done much else in way of tackling and use, but he's still been there, still being a menace. Actually, Live drops down to a 7 from his 8. Yet Yakubo comes up to an 8 from his 7. Quick look at that, Tato. Is there anything else you'd like to do, mate? Run it, mate. Thank you very much. Over at the Dragon side, against them, we've now got some 8s coming up there. Then we've got Henry, we've got Roy Keane, we've got Edgar Davids, a Dragon stalwart over many seasons is Edgar Davids. Just want to have a quick look, Doug. You want to see the results? I'm going to realise we've got, for me, this is absolutely. What we've got is that a Chilavert regen? Is it? Yeah, probably. Looking at that, it looks fantastic. Beaumont for black. So I was just about to look at that. Okay, Luis Beaumont. This must be. It's got to be a debut, surely, isn't it? If I hadn't. Yep, debut coming in. Sound from Santa Fe, and we'll see how he goes. There, so looking at it's not the strongest bench in the world, but Duggan generally doesn't tend to have behind his starting 11 because he just goes balls deep for it. Right, we'll run it out to 90 minutes and see how this goes. Vieira shoots, it looks like it's gone over the bar, and Bush Rats have gone 2-1 ahead with a goal from Ariel Ortega on 66 minutes. That then played from 66 to 85 in absolutely no time, cancelling each other out the sides. Dragons looking for a late goal there, and that's a big win for Bush Rats. Probably deserved looking at that, looking at the stats. We'll click over to them first. Yusuf Al-Aaron down to an 8 from a 9, but defended absolutely fantastically. He must have done something to drop that. But yeah, solid performance for them. We'll have a quick look over at Dragon side, see how they've done. Thierry Henry, Roy Keane, and Cafu all stay on an 8. But unlucky Doug, well played to Tato. Well, seeing as Rob's here, and obviously Daz were here early on doors. So now Rob's here, we'll have a look at his side. We've got Dario Simic, Lasise in the centre half positions. Soroczynski at right wing back is it's a call, but he's absolutely capable. Taglia, softish maybe, especially after how big Eric played season 1 of the save. Surprised not to see him play a little bit more. Van der Vaart, Guerrero, Stewart, and Labrugic behind Del Vecchio. And they are over then to Daz and his Aborigines side. We'll see how we go. Obviously, there we saw yellow injuries. Ibrahim Said, Torricelli don't really matter. Ibrahim Said, massive loss. But we're looking here, there's a very damn Megaros formation that won him with Veron with that little arrow when he won it over in the American League. We've got Ekiagon West, Dede Leon, Pio Simeone Zanetti, Fiore Costa, Edilson Tomadera. You got Rossini, not the greatest one ever, but always dangerous, and D'Alessandro for any creative changes needed going forward. Good luck to both managers yet again. And Daz has tested it enough to say that Rob wins it 2-0 or 2-1. So he's obviously the testing McGee is at it again. Like we say, it don't really get you nowhere. As Tomadera scores after 37 minutes, which what looked like a little bit of a lackluster start. He got there quite quick to that level, which most games have, bar the Bush Rats Dragons game. 2-2 on target for Aborigines, 1 off target for Rapa Nui so far. We'll go to the Aborigines side first, see where the assists come from. Dede unbelievable. So we've got 8s from Ekiog, we've got Simeone, got Tomadera, as you'd expect. Great first half from Tsigalko West there with 8 tackles. Daz is okay to 60. Cheers, mate. Oof, over at Rapa Nui, we've got 5 for Gul and Guerrero, we've got 5 for Marcus Stewart, 6s for his forward players, and a 6 for Salihu Lasisi, even though he's won 4 of his 9 tackles, only one of them's been key. Won one of his headers, that's not being key. And then Rob is making some arrows on all his midfielders up to AMC. And then an arrow on Battaglia. Very creative. For me, these two would be swapped round because he's quite creative, but that's just me. Del Vecchio's left-footed, so I'm going to put Del Vecchio on left, mate, if you just want to confirm that you're happy with that and you don't want Brujic and Del Vecchio the other way around, bud. A sec, just to confirm. Dario Simic, drafted by us. Good defender, in my opinion. Done really well for Rob there so far. I like him. Good player. Oh, thanks. And Rob is good to go. We shall get it as close to 60 as physically possible. And again, we started off really well for the Rapa Nui boys, but Tomadera gets the second goal of the game. Nothing, but it looks of it. It looked very. All the texts were leaning towards Rapa Nui. We'll look at them boys first. Guerrero's still on this 5. Michael Stewart gets up to his 6. That arrow, has that done anything for him? Don't know. Guerrero and MC, Salasford, Vecchio. Very quick. Thank you very much, Rob. Would you like an arrow on Guerrero? I'm going to assume you do because you love an arrow, but I'll do it to start with and then just see. I'll wait for your confirmation. Look over at the Aborigine boys. Dede up on a 10. You got Tomadera on a 9. Adilson on an 8 with an assist. Very strong performance so far. Yeah, please. No worries. Cheers, Rob. Thought it would be. Tsigalko West. But we'll see what Daz wants to do. Very, very strong on performance. So a quick look at the match stats to see how we're going. 3-3 on target, and rapidly still haven't had any more since half time, plus that one off. And Daz is happy to roll it. Cheers, mate. And we'll go from there. The Aborigines look absolutely like they're going to absolutely see this out. Rapa Nui boys seem like they've been doing everything to try and put pressure on. Them arrows seem to be getting him in the game. They just seem to be lacking in that sort of midfield forward. But there we go. Van der Vaart pulls one back, but Adilson sees the game off for the Aborigines. And there's a hat-trick for Tomadera. Not something we expected by looking at. Once the Rapa Nui boys got one back. What a last 30 minutes it was for them Rapa Nui boys, to be fair. We'll go over to them first, looking at that. We had an assist from Salihu Lasisi, who brought himself up. Oliver Kahn, 5, which, yeah, when 5 are on target and 4 go in. Rod. Sorry, Rob, mate. We'll go over to the Tomadera with an hat-trick, you expect. A 10 for Adilson with 2 assists, 10 for Dede, 9 for Javier Zanetti. Superb home performance. Yep, I believe so, Mike. That's same as you're here. Should we get ours out of the way? We'll look over at your side, mate. A lot of arrows, but there's some good players in here. We've got Ferdinand and Neville, Roberto, Maleski, Gianni Cheddar, Emerton, Donovan Simak, Figo, and Samba. Samba has come in. He's performed well, 2 8s in his last game, but he's looking well developed as well. I think give him a bit more game time, he will carry on. We'll see how Luis Figo's doing. No No contributions. Very good for us last season, to be fair. But obviously playing in a far different position to what he is now. Good luck to Mike. And we'll go over to our side. Looking at where we're at. Gallardo started on the left last time, but we, as I'm sorry, Amadic out. Prefer Volodenko on the left. I think Gallardo, even though the same, I like it like that. We've had a reasonable start to the season, as we know, and it's pretty much our. The most surprising fact for me has been we've lost some really strong centre halves. Martin Larsson's come in and been really good when he's coming from Townsville, and John Terry's coming from Vikings and done very as well. Strange that they're both on exactly the same average rating, but we'll take it because they're not the strongest defenders as we know in the game. Good luck to Mike, and we'll see how we get on with this one. Chuno Samba looked like he had a bit of a chance early doors. Veron seems to be getting himself involved. He's had a really good season so far. But Nicky Franco gives the Vanuatu boys a lead after 9 minutes. Terry seems to be getting involved, trying to keep people away from the Vanuatu goal. But we're now at half time, and it's 1-0 Vanuatu. No shots from Wanganui. 3-2 on target from Russell Wilk over at Mike's team first. He's got a 5 from Donovan, 5 from Johnny Cheddar, 6 from Gary Neville. 6 is all over around. Is there anything else you want to do, Mike? While we wait for Mike, we'll have a quick look over at us. I don't think I'll be doing not much at this present minute in time. Gallardo assist. That's 2 in 5 so far. Yeah, fairly strong. 8 from Asani, as you'd expect. 8 from Veron, even with the yellow card. Plus Nicky Franco. Mike's happy to crack on. Me too. We'll get all this done. We're up at 48 minutes. Still looks a bit Vanuatu heavy. 51 gone, and we seem to be on 51 a little bit of time watching this. Try and get it off to 60 minutes as close as we can. We're up at 55. It does look like Wanganui are really coming back into the game. We're up at 60 minutes and managed to stop it at that. Strong from us. Looking at that. Over at Mike's team, see what he wants to do. Donovan's still on his 5, but Blesk having fantastic game so far. Shea Given having a really good game, so we're 7-4 on target. No attempts from Wanganui. It didn't look like they didn't have a shot at all. But we'll go over to Mike's team and see if there's what he wants to do. Just give a couple of minutes to look at that and see how it goes. And a quick look over at our team. Fitness seems to be all right. I don't think there's anybody really want to be bringing on for. Anyways, Volodenkov coming back into the time. Give us a pitch view, Steve. Yeah, action zones. There you go, mate. Is that what you wanted to see? As you'd expect, probably a bit congested in that centre midfield area more than most, with our setup is, etc. But yeah, you've still got a fair bit of possession. Line up pitch. Oh, so screen. Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. Do apologise, bud. Yeah, so there you are, mate. Like I say, Milish Gavin having a great game. Covering for Johnny Cheddar, who has actually gone up to that 6. We'll see if you want to do anything, Mike. We're going to go as is. To be fair, I'm going to see it out tonight. I don't think there's anything I want to be doing. Semak is a guy that Mike likes. I like him too. He's had a great start for him. if I'm honest, from coming from us. I do like him, mate. I think he's very underrated. Right, so we've got Donovan for us. Move Emin to DMC. There. Figo to Emin with arrow to AMC. I'm assuming that. Yeah, Smokes, when is that window ever going to open? It's not going to open this first season, and I wish it would because my team is awful. Absolutely awful. No more finals in that for me for a couple of years. No one on Figo and done. All right. Cheers, mate. Thank you. We're going to stay as is. Hopefully his left side can exploit that bit of a gap left there by Figo. Well, Mike will be hoping that some of them changes might monkey with our stride and how we're doing. It does seem they are actually having some chances now. Even though it looks like we've been having a bit more possession, but and I said it still looks like we may concede. To be fair, we're at 2 minutes at a time, and I'd be very happy if we can see this out. In fairness, because they have been very more dangerous than that. Well played, Mike. No, it's not to have been awkward, mate. Quite dominant from us. It did seem far. It didn't seem that they only had that one attempt. If I'm honest, I thought the changes made them look far more dangerous. Far better ratings for them. The changes did make changes and did help the Wanganui boys probably get the stride in there. Milewski, great game for him. Quick look over at us. Martin Larson, man at match performance. Yeah, it does all right, and especially with the quality of them that are there, mate, it does help a little bit, if I'm honest. But yeah, good solid performance from us. Really happy with that. And we roll on with another game with another goal not conceded. So I see Smuts is here. I saw one of the two Tavua boys here earlier, so we'll look at their side first and see how it goes. Obviously, the formation we are used to seeing from them and from others. We've got Ayali and Rokoronko. Romoshenko has been an absolute menace in this save so far. He's been great for Rob, and I actually thought it would be better than that for Scotty, but he's a very, very good player with Ambrosini and Holland. Contra and Robin on the wings with Etu behind Crespo and Raul. Harry Kuehl on the bench with Eto there is probably not something I'd be going for, but who am I to comment on previous finalists and how they are doing? We'll go over to the Umpibong Unicorns. Again, another formation we've seen from Smuts. Looking at this, we've got Offland and Nippy, a very strong centre-half pairing. Petkov, Scalioya, Beckham and Van Mol. Van Mol looks great. He got an assist against us in his debut last season. That assist was against us. Good looking player. With Alex and Mackay behind, Louis Owen for a debut. Looking at that. So what I need to do is I am awfully so sure that I don't want to make good to play. Make sure he gets the training with 24. Yeah, I thought that would be the case. I'll give him 38, so it's not 13 back way around. Go over there. Right, good luck to both managers. As I have said previously, and I'll continue saying, sexy 2-2 away kit. And the Unicorns take an early lead through Roy Mackay, one of my favourite players on the game, as many people know. It's looked very Unicorns heavy so far. Van Mol getting himself involved. I don't know if he would have won getting any assists. Looking forward to that Mackay goal. Crespo having himself some chances, and Contra causing a bit of trouble down that right-hand side. Louis Al looking like he was going to get a goal on debut then, but very well defended by the two Tavua boys. Look over at the match stats. Quite an even half, really. Just slightly in favour of the Unicorns. Look over at two Tavua boys first. Considering them ratings, they've had a decent fist of it this first half, looking at that. Matty Owen, the pick of their players, with everybody else, 6s and 7s all over. Okoronkwo winning all 3 of his tackles, with one of them being key. Matty Holland winning 4 of his tackles, with 2 of them being key, but he's won 3 out of his 5 headers as well. So 2 to vote boys are happy to roll. We'll have a quick look over at the Unicorns. Assist from David Beckham, who's his first one of the season, been pretty poor. Great season for him last time out. Not a player that I overly like, to be fair. He's either very good or he's very poor. One or the other, and for me it's 75% very poor. Looking at them, there are about 2 6s in the team, very solid on performance from the Unicorn boys. See if there's anything. Yep, wants to go as is too. Cheers, lads, and we'll crack on and we'll stop it as close to 60 as we physically can. That was Sammy Upia with a yellow card. Andre Hoyer getting himself involved in the mixture. Van Mol's name seems to be knocking about a bit. I am going to click it there because it does feel like it's going to jump. So we're at 58 minutes. We've got the 2 to 4 boys first. Contra seem to be doing all right. His name was said quite a few times, down at a 5. We've got 9 now for Matty Holland, who's performing out of his skin. Raoul up to a 7, Crespo up to a 7, and it's been a reasonable performance from them boys so far, keeping themselves in the game. Quick look at match stats. One on target for them and 1 on target for them. So it's been, as we looked at, it's been pretty even on both sides. We'll look over at the Unicorns. It was Contra doing shit. He is. Now this Bar Louise, how strong performance from them. One that you could say probably looking at with the 6s. Looking at they may be looking to see this out in Zag if we lose, and that is all. So we shall do that for people. There we go. No worries, mate. Quick look back over at 2 to 4, see if they want to do out. Oh, laptop battery seems to be heading low, but it will be all right because we haven't got many games left to go. Is all you want to do, boys? Give it a couple more minutes. We'll have a look at the mic screen. So we've got Javi, Contra, and swap with Matt Holland. Paducah for F2. Q1 for Robin. And is that staying as is, or are you swapping that? Oh, Big Mark. Can he play MC? Very creative. And swap. Yeah, thought it might be a case, so I just didn't want to roll. No problem, right? We'll see it out to 90 minutes and see what sort of result we see in. And there's a red card for Christian Abiati. So Mark Poom is going to come in. He's conceded 7 and 8 in the reserves. He's got a 7.13 though. Very capable looking keeper. Where is your change going to come from? I think I know what I'd be doing, but I'm not one for putting words in people's mouths. That's exactly where I would go, mate. If I were in your shoes, does Mackay want an arrow while I'm swapping this about? Does he want an arrow, or is he staying as he is? While you're deciding on that, we'll go over to 2 to 4. I know you've just done 60 changes. I mean, there's not much bar formational changes. No, I wrote that. No problem, mate. Obviously, it's only formational changes now with the subs that have been made. So what you want to do with it being a red card, boys? I have to charge downstairs and get my charger soon if it's. Yeah, cheers, mate. Right, so Viduka scores. It wasn't a penalty. Strange with the keeper getting sent off. I actually thought it would be a penalty. We're up at 68 minutes, and here we get with another draw. But been a bit more entertaining draw than the first couple of games was so far. Crespo had another big chance after Raul skipped past a couple. We're at 95 minutes. Viduka with an header could have won the game 4-2 to Vua. Unicorns hold out, and after the red card, 2-2 went absolutely mental. Not as you'd expect, because mostly the setup were the same. We'll go back 2-2 boys. I mean, obviously the way they've competed and the way they've played, I won't be surprised. You're going to look at it's got to be a Mark Poole man of the match, hasn't it? Looking at this great performance from 2-2 boys though, from where they were, and no, Mark Poole's only on a 7. Only on a 7 after that. Kevin Offland, great game from him. So that takes us to Odgie against Dimble. Have a quick look at these boys. Great setup. Maybe a little weak in that. Depends if centre midfield position, but we've got Silvestre Montero, De Silva, Prutton. Gerard and Killis Gonzalez on the wings with Amar Collins, Fernando Torres, and Morientes. And we'll see how they go for. They're obviously second bottom in the league at the moment, but they've got Morientes, who is absolutely dangerous. I haven't really seen Dimble. Oh, no, you're all right, mate. It don't matter. Don't matter at all, but we shall have a quick look at this. So, looking at Dimble's team, very strong side. 2 creative players as DMCs with the arrows. Rivaldo's on Brotta. That's a strong side. For me, there's probably only Dario Hussein that could slightly let that side down from being absolutely brilliant. Not played much, but when he has played, he's actually made a bit of a contribution, especially in that first season. We'll kick this one straight off. And Zambrotta were finding Ronaldinho early, looking at that. Prutton getting himself involved, seemed to be finding some space and finding some players. Kelly Gonzalez getting himself involved as well for the Townsville boys. Free kick to Bundaberg, but it's been very, very Townsville heavy. But we've seen that a lot tonight, where it's been heavy for one team, and this sort of thing happens. I do apologise to Odgie. That's my fault for talking about that. Dario was saying before the game, it happens every single time that I'm on the stream. Even in Dimble, you will know love. There's 4 minutes to play of added time, but David Collins gets an equaliser with his 5th goal of the season. That's not a bad return. 5 in 6 starts. Great for Odgie, is that. I haven't seen Odgie, so we'll go have a quick look over at them. David Collins has obviously done it on his own. I think we'll have a look at the stats. 4 and 2 and 6 and 2, quite even game. Taibbi doing pretty well so far. Looking at that, it's been a solid, if not unspectacular performance. David Prutton he got from us looks an absolutely unreal version of him. To be fair, 2 assists in 5 games with an 8 so far this game. Look over at the Bundaberg boys. Sol Campbell doing Sol Campbell things. Assists coming from Rivaldo, who's been good again for Dimble. I think he's been decent in this save so far for what you'd expect from him. Dimble happy to roll. Cheers, mate. And we shall roll it, and I'll stop it again like as close to 60 as I physically can. Montero getting himself in trouble there. Looked like he got talking to. I didn't see if he got the yellow card or not. But we're 2-0 now with Fernando Torres. We're at 56, and I'm waiting for the big jump. But Bundaberg equalised, and the jump happened up to 63 minutes. From the 57-minute mark, that the Bundaberg Blitz equalised. 9 with 4 on target, looking a bit more dominant now. These Bundaberg boys with Townsville there. We'll go over to Odgie first, since we're not seeing him. Morientes stepping up again with an assist, getting himself involved. So that's now 6 contributions in 9 games for Morientes. Very underrated striker, in my opinion. But Bar Silvestre, good strong performance so far against one of the better sides in the league. We look over there, Sol Campbell's still there, solid with his 8. Dario was saying with a 9 as you'd expect. Another assist for Rivaldo. And Vogel and Zambrotta doing their doing it. Is there anything you want to do, Nimble? We'll have a quick look at that screen for you, and we'll see if there's anything you want to do, mate. As we just wait and see how if there's anything to roll again. Thanks, no problem, mate. Go back to the match overview, and best of luck to both seeing this game out. It did start with Pablo Aimar seemed to be on back foot, all being in Bundaberg colours. He's seeing his name in there, so he's getting involved in the middle of saying, looking for an hat-trick, getting himself highly involved again. And an own goal from Paulo Montero, you'll be absolutely furious with this. He's been extremely competitive with, in my opinion, with some players not up to it in some smaller positions, but it's one of the, it's an unforgiving league. Any mistakes, anything like that, and you get punished by a team like Bundaberg, you will. 18 shots with 8 on target. That absolutely jumped. So they had 9 with another 4 on target. What in that last half hour? We'll go to Hodges' team first. Not a bad performance whatsoever. Kili Gonzalez, the only player on a 6. Great. Silvestre brought himself up from that 8. Obviously, all them chances getting caught by getting created by Bundaberg created some of these 8s. Dario was saying with the man of match performance, there wasn't obviously no assist for the own goal, but well played to both lads. So that there saved the game as played. We shall do that. We'll quickly run through the classifieds and get this done. So the Aborigines 4-1 winners over Rapa Nui. It's been a bit of a night where there's not been too much going on really. AFC boys got a good draw against the Warriors. Bushrats beating the Dragons, leaving them both vying for them places. It's very early in the season anyway. Hobart 0-0 with the Vikings. Townsville, as we've just seen, losing 3-2 to the Bundaberg Blitz. Unicorns 2-2 are paying out that draw, which 2-2 will be absolutely disgusted with themselves for not getting another. And boring game whatsoever for us. And we take another win. So Vanuatu carry on top of the league. 9 games in, happy with the 3 conceded. The Vikings themselves, great defensive season so far. If you can keep these under the games you've played, you're always going to be in a chance, in my opinion. Dragons only conceded 8. Unicorns only conceded 8 despite being 12. This is it's been great so far, and it shows how competitive everything is. 2-2 boys at the bottom, 17 conceded and only 7 scored, which should be more, considering now. Townsville entertaining, which you can't really knock about. There's great, but no, it's been a great start to another very competitive season. We'll have a quick look over at player stats. Pavel, don't want that. I don't know how that happened. Pavel Brozek still topping the charts. What a player! To regret getting rid of him, but obviously it was for the better of the team. Tomasi has done. Then there's Asani and Dai, and then you're down to Javier Zanetti with an 8, and then we start looking down at Nicky Frankel Larsen for us. Some great performances so far. We'll go over to the goals. Tom Madeira now top scorer. That hat trick absolutely putting him up the list. Assists. Alan Smith with 4 assists. That's good. Great start to the season for him. He's not scoring goals this time, but he's still keeping himself involved. Mendieta, as you'd expect, and Nicky Franco for us is doing bits. This is great. This is what you want out of an AMC, and I'm really chuffed with how it is so far. Patrick Vieira with 4, Rivaldo with 4, and then being great behind. So we shall have a look at the fixtures for next time. We've got Bundaberg against the Unicorns, Rapa Nui against Townsville, the Dragons against AFC, 2-4 beat Hobart, the Vikings against us. That's a massive game for both, even this early in the season. The Wagga Wagga boys are home to Aborigines, and we're finishing off with Wanganui the Bush Rats. Thanks very much, lads, for tuning in. Don't like doing these things sober as much as it's probably not as funny anyway. We'll see you next time, and Daz will be back with you on Sunday. Cheers, lads. Bye.